Testing, testing. All right. Can you hear me? All right. All right. All right. So, okay. So finally, the audio is working, but now the visuals are dead. I don't know how that happened, but we'll try to see what we can do here. Just give me a minute. At least I hope that it's not dead. In 1 minute, folks. All right. One moment. One moment. I'm still here. I'm still here. Give me a second. Okay. Looks like okay. I think we're good. I think we're good, guys. I hope. I hope to God we are good. Let me just check on my end. Okay. I think we're good. I think there's a high chance that we are good. Keyword maybe, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good now. Let's see. Okay. I think we're good. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Like, I really have no idea what just happened right there. Like I just pressed one button and all hell breaks loose. Yeah, my bad about that, guys. But hopefully we don't have a repeat of that. Maybe. Okay. Here we are back at it again with more Genshin Impact.
Welcome to Palais
and then we'll be tackling Cyno's story quest once we get the ball rolling. Let me just check something really quick before we start heading over there. Okay. Now, before we head right over there, I do want to take on some quests first before we head right over to where we need to be. And well, there's also a couple things here and there that I do want to share as well. Some well, I won't say what it is exactly, not just yet. Well, let's just say if you've seen my Discord recently, then you'll have an inkling of an idea of what it is exactly that I'm saving up, and I'm hyping up. Well, potentially. So in the meantime, let's go take care of the dailies over here, and then we'll go from there. All right. All right. Well, at least the technical issues didn't last for like an ungodly amount of time. So that's at least one thing to be happy about, more or less. In the meantime,
Gather!
Strike a pose!
Yeah!
Scatter! Start! Hey there! Something's coming at ya!
wait. There we go.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Order guide you. Solidify.
Okay, you're dead. Wait a minute. What's this one? Days beneath the waves. I don't want to do that though. Hey.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
There should be some primos we could get. Yeah, that way. We need to go that way. There's something here, though. But I know for a fact that this is gonna be easy. It's gonna be locked, right? And we gotta beat some enemies. Never mind.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Make something really quick. I think around here should be just fine. Maybe. I need to raise my own volume though. Like right around here. Yeah.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
There we go.
Yeah! Scatter!
Oh joy!
Skyward! Make way for the...
Time to shine! Attack! That's the way! Ha! Watch out!
I'm not. There we go.
Oh, what a stroke of good luck!
Okay, back over here.
Add Astro.
Badass.
Thank you for Add Astro.
Okay. So before we start heading over to Cyno's story quest, which, by the way, I should probably go and activate immediately. Let's go ahead and do that. Sure. There we go. Here, so go to the academia. You and Paimon return to Sumeru to visit some local friends. Okay, so definitely be doing that. Not right now.
We haven't seen our Sumeru friends for a while now.
Yeah, you think?
Paimon wonders how they're doing. Let's go to Sumeru City and catch up with them.
Yeah, we could do that. We could definitely do that. However, there's something else I want to do. There's just one last thing I gotta do. So, here's the thing. So how am I going to tell this story? Because over the past couple of days or so, there was a thing that I was particularly interested in. And I never thought that the day would come at some point in the future. But let's just say certain events have certain events and circumstances, let's just say, have defaulted me to go and check out something. Go and check something out, and
If you
by
are
the end of
presently
it all,
unoccupied, perhaps we
I
could
just sat
stop a
there.
while
I
once
looked at
abode
the
for
thing.
some
What have I done, bro? What have I done? And what is that thing, you might ask? Okay, here's the thing. See that thing up there? Okay, so that's an Xbox Lite. And I've been pretty vocal about my stance on gaming. I've been a Nintendo kid, I've been an Xbox kid, but for something who I am, I'm shocked that I never actually got to play on. It's more like I'm shocked that at any point in my life I never actually got to own a PlayStation console. I've played PlayStation games. I played games on PlayStation before. Make no mistake about that. In fact, one of the earliest memories I have of PlayStation is through my cousins from, well, not necessarily cousins, but more like relatives from my dad's side, and they had an original PlayStation, a PlayStation 1 that has games such as, but not limited to, Tekken 3, Disney's Hercules, and if I remember correctly, a remake of one of the Mickey Mouse games. I believe it was made through, I think, either Sega Genesis or Saturn. It might have been Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo. But it was a remake.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey
of one of
in a
Mickey
few
Mouse's
simple
games
words.
from
But
a generation
why must
before.
The listener grow weary
And
whenever I begin
The
to
other
divulge
times
them.
that I have played on a PlayStation were like aside from the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 and 3, but never beyond the PS3 era. In fact, there are several. In fact, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, I played on the PlayStation 2 on 2 different occasions. The first one being that there's this friend that I have. I don't know. Well, yeah. There's this friend that I have that I used to play PS2, and there's only one game I recall ever playing, and that was 2 people. Well, I mean, there's 2 people. There's 2 different instances where I played on the PlayStation 2. One was a close friend of mine who owned a PS of Dragon Ball Budokai, I believe I believe it was Dragon Ball Budokai that I played on that system.
If you are
And then the other
presently
instance
unoccupied,
was
perhaps
playing
we could stop a while at one's abode for
I
some
believe
repose and conversation.
a little bit of Guitar Hero. I forgot which one it is exactly. And there was also a little bit of one of the wrestling games, like WWE. I think it was SmackDown versus Raw, 2007, 2008, but I don't fully remember the year exact. I don't fully remember the year, but I know for a fact that it was one of those. And as for the PlayStation 3, there's only one instance of me playing the PS3, and that was only because of a demo I played at Target around 2007 or so. And that was only because I played a demo of Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction. And those are like, in terms of PlayStation history, those are the only times I ever actually played a PlayStation game, period. Well, just PlayStation anything. And
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to convey
that changes today.
in a few
I think that's going to
simple
change today
words.
because
Oh, but why must the listener grow weary?
I'm looking at the
whenever I
system
begin
right
to
now, and I'm
divulge
like,
them?
what have I done? What have I done? I'll show you what I've done. I'll show you what I've done. This is what I've done. On my hands, well, yeah, I got a PS3. This is the first PlayStation system I've ever owned. The very first one. And why the PS3 of all things? Like, you could have gotten the PS4. You could have gotten the PS5 of all things. Like, why are you, like, why this of all things? Like, why this, why this? Well, there's several reasons for that. There's several reasons why I picked the PS3 over like hell, even the PS4 or PS5. One, this is relatively cheaper. There's no denying that. Two, I figured since like I played a bunch of I played a few PlayStation games here and there, but I never actually got around to ever owning a system in my entire life. I played some systems here and there in passing, but never actually owned one. So I figured, why not buy a system that
Peace prevails throughout the land, and
this
all
technically
things
does
are
not
made
run
new, as
PS2
buds in the
games
spring.
at all. Like whether
This
on
is
the
an
hardware
auspicious
level or
era
the
for
software level.
humanity.
I am aware of that. But it does play PS1 games. It also plays PS3 games. And a lot of the PS2 games that are on there, I mean, they were re-released at some point later on the PS3's lifespan, whether it's in the form of Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. A lot of the games that I do want to play on the PS2, I'd rather just get a remastered edition at some point. And even then, the
If
games
you
that
are
I
presently
have a
unoccupied,
genuine
perhaps we could stop a while at one's abode for some repose
a
and
genuine
conversation.
curiosity towards like Persona 4, it's already re-released at some like later down the line. So it's like there's a lot of PS1 games that I want to try out. A lot of PS3 games that I also want to try out as well. PS2, there's only a handful of games that I could unironically look at and say, yeah, I want to play that. But the games that I do, but here's the thing though, the games that I do want to play are all already available on other systems. And even then, considering that I now have a way to play PS1 games and PS2 games, just download it and then just play it as is. Like, it's far cheaper trying to download those games right here on the PlayStation on the PS3 than it is trying to find a hard copy of some PS1 games. I
The
won't say
secrets
names,
of the mechanical arts are too profound to
trying to
convey
download
in
some
a few simple
some PlayStation
words.
games here and there, and then just like
Oh, but why must the listener grow
because you have no idea how
weary
because
whenever
like
I begin to
the price.
divulge them?
I've done a little bit of research on finding some PS1 games here and there, and they are pricey as hell. I mean, Jesus Christ! I've seen Symphony of the Night cost around 100 something. I don't remember the full cost, but it was around $100 just to get something complete. So it's like, why don't I just download the Xbox 360 version at that point?
Peace prevails throughout the
Oh,
land,
yeah.
and all things are made new.
I just get
as
myself a
buds in the
PS3.
spring. This is
Let's
an
test this out a little
auspicious
bit.
era for
Oh, wait.
humanity.
I'm not gonna say like after, like maybe after the stream I'll go and check out some more like on my off time. But I did get a couple games. I did get a couple games for the PS3, and it is several games that I have my eye on, but either because the PS3, like because I got the this version of the PS3, it's like one of the few ways I will be able to play it as natively as possible, I guess you could say. Or there are some games that I genuinely do want to try out at some point in the future, in the sense that these games might not be ported anytime soon. And if they are, it's likely going to be butchered in some way. So, I figured since the first introduction to the the first introduction I had to the PlayStation 3 was Ratchet and Clank
The
future
secrets of the
Tools
mechanical
Destruction.
arts are too profound to
figured,
convey in a
may as well
few
grab this.
simple words.
May as well grab this game
Oh, but
while I'm
why
at it.
must the listener
Unfortunately,
grow weary whenever I
at the
begin
store
to
that I was
divulge
at,
them?
they did not have the Ratchet and Clank collection. I would have liked it if that was available in some form, but unfortunately, at the time, this was the only thing that was available. And as I said before, since I do have a PlayStation Slim, a PS3 Slim, I figure there's likely no way that I'll be able to play PS2 games natively. So I figured if I am gonna go down this route, I may as well pick this up too. Jack and Daxter Collection. I've been very curious about this series. I've been very curious about it ever since I first heard about it. When I first heard about the PS2, I saw that these are the games that were available. I figured, you know what? Like, it seems interesting. I might want to pick it up at some point in the future. Well, the future's now. Yes.
If you are presently
now.
unoccupied, perhaps we could stop
However,
a while at one's abode.
There is
for
one
some
other game
repose
that
and
I
conversation.
did grab that is related. I guess you could say is related to a series that I am very familiar with. It was only available on that system, and I kind of hope it's my hope that this game were to be featured in a collection at some point in the future. But knowing Konami, but knowing the publisher, there's a high chance that it might be messed up in some way. So I only bought this just out of I guess you could call it an insurance policy, just in case something got borked in the translation in the collection. It wouldn't be the first time, so yeah, this is what I ended up getting as well. And yes, to answer your question, after Metal Gear Solid 3, I'll do this one too. It wasn't a question of, honestly, it's because of this game. It wasn't a matter of if, but a matter of when I'll be able to play through. I'll be able to get a PS3. This was an inevitability. This is a game that has eluded me for quite a long time. I've heard people say that this is, in terms of gameplay, it's one of the greatest Metal Gear Solid games of all time. Story-wise, I've heard people say that it's, well, overall, it's one of the more polarizing games of the bunch. Before games like Metal Gear Survive and Metal Gear Solid 5 even happened. So I figured, yeah, may as well go check this out whenever I can. Just play through it for the first time. I have seen the story. I have seen, much like my history with the Metal Gear Solid series, like 1, 2, 3, and Peace Walker. I've seen the story. I've seen how the game unfolds. However, seeing it is one thing, playing it is a different story entirely. So, my aim for playing through Metal Gear Solid 4 is get some level of finality with the story, aside from Metal Gear Solid 5 and Peace Walker, which I do have. I do have that in the form of the HD collection. But well, I don't even have a Metal Gear Solid 5, but that's a story for a different time. But yeah, I did get this. Because I figured it ain't a matter of when, it ain't a matter of if I get a PS3
The
for
secrets
this.
of the
It's a matter of
mechanical
when
arts
I'll
are too
get the PS3.
profound to convey in
And,
a few
yeah,
simple
I may as well.
words.
So yeah, that's the.
Why must the
If anything,
listener grow weary whenever I
it's
begin
a
to divulge
big.
them?
It's honestly a bit of a big jump to what I usually do, because for a majority of my life, I've been so I never really saw myself as someone who would own a PlayStation console. Well, clearly I
Peace
lost
prevails
that.
throughout
So,
the land, and
yeah.
all things
So
are
thanks to
made
the
new,
PS3, I'll be
as
able
buds in the
to.
spring.
It more or less just
This is
opens
an
up a
auspicious
new
era for
world
humanity.
in terms of trying out games on this particular platform, and not just the PS3 games, but also potentially PS1 games as well. So I do want to check out a bit of the library here and there, just to just check it out, see what's up, see what I missed in its lifespan, and see if it's actually worth if the PS3 is actually worth playing through. I have been thinking about whether or not I should get an upgrade on the PS.
Perhaps we could stop a while.
Perhaps
at
just
once
give it a
abode for
new
some repose and
new hard
conversation.
drive or new SSD. The system that I have right now is about 300. Is, I believe, a 320 gig model. So I'm thinking if it's worth it to simply upgrade that to an SSD. So I'm still gonna do a bit of research just to see what needs to be done for the PlayStation 3 and see where I go from there. I know I believe it's possible to upgrade the storage to a 1 terabyte SSD. I believe that's the maximum, one of the maximums for the storage capacity of the PS3. But again, in my off time, I'll go and check it out. I'll go see what needs to be done, what sorts of things that I need to do in order for that to be a reality.
The secrets of the mechanical arts are too profound to
I guess
convey
I'm joining
in a
PlayStation
few
Nation
simple
for
words.
just a teeny bit. Check the
Oh,
other
but
side.
why must
See
the
what's up.
listener grow weary whenever I begin to divulge them?
There may be a real. It may or may not be a answer to what's been going on with Xbox. It might be an answer. It might not be. But all I'm saying is, just want to see what the other side's doing. Just from a distance. Just from a distance. To see what I've been missing out. You know. For now. Let's head right this way. Let's go ahead and tackle this story, shall we? Oh, one last thing. Yes, I also have a controller as well.
Wow, the academia sure is busy during the day.
Blue. It's blue. Why is it blue? I don't know. In fact, I think I should probably charge this while I'm at it, because when I was testing out the console, it was almost out of battery, so I figured I may as well just charge it while I'm at it. So, in you go. If you can. There we go.
But where should we go looking for people that we know?
Oh, hey.
Traveler.
You.
Paimon.
Cyno! It's been so long since we last saw you!
You look like you've been keeping well.
As do you. You don't seem weary at all from your travels. If anything, you seem stronger.
Hey, that's a compliment.
What brings you back here?
Oh, nothing in particular. I'm just saw a really big mushroom out on the road the other day and suddenly missed all our friends at Sumeru.
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward to hearing about your travels. Something tells me we must have a lot to...
Incidents!
Ain't that a coincidence?
Indeed. Or as I call it, the biryani factor.
The biryani You're a real funny guy, aren't you?
You really want me to say the rest? Okay. It's always rice to meet stew again.
I already want to turn off the stream right now. I almost want to do that. I'm very close to doing that.
Oh, darn, he said it.
I win the bet, Paimon. Time to pay up.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of my razor-sharp wit.
Yeah. It's why I titled it. It's why I titled the stream the way it is.
All right. Here's your 500 Mora.
Thanks, Paimon. Feels good to hit the jackpot.
Paimon's never making a bet again. Paimon really thought Cyno would be able to hold back on the jokes. They say people can change, but maybe that's just wishful thinking.
You expect too much from Cyno. You know that.
Ah, so this was technically my fault. In that case, I'll treat you to some sweets later.
No, don't reward her.
Anyway, I'm actually investigating a case right now.
A case? What happened?
Nothing major. But after finding out who was involved, I decided, on reflection, to handle this one myself.
Need any help? We only came here to hang out, so we've got the time. You may as well take us with you, and then when you're done, we can, you know...
Such enthusiasm.
What? That obvious.
Yes, it really was obvious.
Obvious enough. Still, it's a fine idea. You are the heroes of Sumeru. It makes perfect sense to work together. All right, follow me.
All right, you lead the way, Cyno. Oathkeeper. Like the Keyblade?
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Sure.
Oh, is he the one you wanted to talk to about the case?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamot sage. He taught both me and Lisa.
Ah, so you're a professor.
Huh? Cyno's teacher is in trouble?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who enjoys a spot of gardening, shopping, and wine.
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Ah,
Yeah,
Cyno.
I hear you.
Now, who do we have here?
What's up?
Hold on, let me think. A flying fairy dressed in white? A youth who does not seem to hail from this land? My goodness. You must be the legendary traveler in Paimon. I've heard all about what you've done for Sumeru.
Thanks.
Wow, looks like we're really famous.
I'd be shocked if we weren't.
I've told him about you before. You are my friends, after all.
We're here to help Cyno.
That's right. Let me summarize the situation. A couple of days ago, Professor Cyrus suddenly received a threat letter.
A threat letter?
Exactly. Who sends a threat letter to an old man like me, for goodness sake?
Nowadays, don't matter if they're 80 years old or 8. Everybody's getting death threats.
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus, I have uncovered your secret. If you wish to prevent it from going public, leave 10 million Mora at the back door of the cafe. Secondly, don't come looking for me. You'll never find me. But I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. Finally, if you dare to report this to the Matra, there will be consequences.
Well, too late for that.
Wow, they sure didn't mince their words.
Clearly, this person must be desperate for Mora.
10 million more. What a joke. I'm just a single retiree with nothing to my name beyond the tomatoes in my garden. Where do people think I'm hiding 10 million more, huh? In my tomatoes?
There were no witnesses. So
Tomatoes.
currently the letter is all we've got. So Traveler, Paimon, let's put our heads together.
All right.
Paimon's ready too.
All right, take a look.
All right. Okay. That's a building. From Cyno's description, it's like the threat letter didn't come in an envelope. It was simply written on a crude piece of paper and left for Cyrus to find.
Very good. The paper has a rather rough texture. It's not the typical kind you see in most books.
Another thing is, some of these strokes look kind of blurry. Could there be an issue with the ink?
Possibly. And I bet the paper has something to do with it.
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile, it's very coarse-grained, almost as if it's made from some sort of plant matter.
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia, but the ink is nothing special. Just regular black ink that gets a blue tinge when applied to paper.
So do we think the culprit has a connection with the academia or not? Wait, check this out. Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it was a colored liquid.
A colored liquid. So, tea? Wine?
Coffee?
Looks like we're thinking along similar lines. Let's go talk to Arof.
I don't know. Okay, so we shall be going this way. Arrav.
Mahamatra Cyno. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, and then the briefing. So this is what happened.
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the academia. Somebody young and strapped.
Oh, of course! You think the culprit spilled their coffee on the ladder, huh?
They do look like coffee stains to me. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the letter is written on a type of scented paper that has aromatics added during the manufacturing process. The kind often provided as writing material for customers in cafes and taverns.
Of course. Yes, like they sell in the gift shops. I remember now. Zaha Hadi bought some a while back.
Understood. I'll assemble a team to investigate the points of interest immediately.
We.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing. Send some Matra to guard the entrances and exits of Sumeru City. And change into plain clothes. Don't let them see you coming.
Be an even bigger generic piece NPC.
Will do.
Good luck.
Great thinking, Cyno. So, where do we think the culprit's at right now?
I doubt they go back to the cafe.
Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
You're right, Paimon.
Really?
The culprits approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra, doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. And crucially, the culprits said they'd be watching the professor's every move.
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
What? What the hell?
Found you!
Nah, it can't be that easy.
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
I don't know what you're talking about. What threat letter?
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arof. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Cyno shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You know what they say about curiosity?
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as day.
Is smiling a crime now?
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth. All to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along.
Eesh.
You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
5D chess, if it's correct.
You can't pin this on me! I haven't done anything!
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But you, your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price.
Well, that was over quickly.
You're telling me. One minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Cyno. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30.
Everyone, it's all over.
It's all Jover.
Gosh, that was so fast!
The culprit's name is Uraka, a 16-year-old student in the Rataoist Darshan.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something!
Wait, what do you mean 16? That's 16?
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
Ain't no way.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child.
We questioned
It's
the
like
culprit
the-
regarding his motives. He,
It's like the game designers did not want to make a different body type for teenagers.
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
very well. It's our understanding that Araka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of Mora.
Oh, just like most of the Genshin fandom.
Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious, has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha Hadi is?
Is this going somewhere?
There's a point.
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Araka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia.
Damn.
Araka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
I guess not.
Oh, Araka.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a Mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Araka again later.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Sure.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
The academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, I didn't actually hand over any Mora to him. The whole thing sounds a lot worse than it is. All it costs me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest assured, Professor, that the academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that.
Uh-huh.
But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boys.
Correct.
Sure.
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants, and they're often away on business.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
Kick his ass.
The relevant authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days.
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help.
My apologies. The meal, everyone.
Sure. Thanks, Araf.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Cyno, you have to come. And isn't Tighnari in town at the moment?
Wait, you mean Tighnari's in the city?
He is. Tighnari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the academia to help out on a project. They should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tighnari.
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tighnari. Go on now. Don't keep us waiting.
All right. You're taking Tighnari? Okay, so second floor of Lombard. That. Get out of there. Get out. Hey, it's Colin.
Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hist back when I was still teaching. It was students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload. Exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Cyno after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
Oh, someone's going up.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Where does that stop you?
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like. And if it's not enough, order some more.
This is here as well.
Hey!
Oh, Kaveh, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month.
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet.
Yeah.
I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello. So what's the occasion, anyway? Some sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
One moment.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the guy is. Oh, what are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. But still, this boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow,
Read
yeah.
this.
Jeez.
Very hateful
I
comment.
will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
If this were a lifetime, oh.
What the hell's going on?
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Who are you?
Kaveh, your order's ready, sir.
Coming. I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Wait,
I'll
he got
catch you all
takeout?
another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
You almost forgot the food.
Oh, too tasty.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
Is that right?
No problem at all.
Yeah, thank you for treating us and all.
See you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha Hadid. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Instructions unclear. I am sleepy as hell.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
I won't say exactly what happened, but let's just say I'm feeling the effects of not sleeping for a certain period of time right now.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
Yay!
What do you mean, us time?
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun. Paimon's in.
Sweet.
Right? It's been so long since we did something fun together. I can't wait.
Yes, we should.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip.
You got it. We'll be.
Great.
All right.
Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool. $14 to 8. Be roughly this way, right? Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Where's this? This way.
Skyward! Scatter!
Okay, there we go, there we go.
We're here! Wow, you guys are ahead of the game. You set up the tents already.
I'd say we're right up.
Huh.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together.
Oh,
Whatever we
joy!
catch, we can grill for dinner tonight.
You got it. Dinner's on us tonight.
Sure.
I hope I can contribute too. The other forest watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago.
Alright. Good.
I saw some very appetizing
not?
mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us.
Wow, camping with a forest watcher is the way to go. They think of everything.
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Good.
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
I got 55 of them, I think.
A valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food.
This is gonna go to your face, Cyno. I swear to God. But you're too valuable to keep. I can't throw you. I can't throw you.
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
And look what happened.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
She sure made a run for it.
Thank God. That frog is stuck. She made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
I don't blame her.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass?
Yeah, probably. And he's none the wiser.
My dear friend, you know what I am about to say.
It's genius invocation time.
Excellent. A kindred spirit. A great warrior can sense when a duel is nigh. But it looks like we'll get told off if we start playing now. Let's enjoy the nature for a while longer.
That sounds like my schedule, honestly. Alright, the time to burn is now. Burn stripping away the no agenda, just relax and enjoy myself.
Ah! We got a bite!
What?
I'll reel it in.
Sure.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. And start grilling.
And so. Alright, Kali. Where you at? Hey, we got some clothes. Relaxing. It's just so nice to go camping with friends. Never mind, I'm stupid.
There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
Does it make a difference?
How about the one on the left? Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water. If there are any sleepwalking fungi around tonight, they might stumble into your tent.
Well, that's no good. Take my weapon.
Anyone would think you were sealing the gates to King Deshret's mausoleum.
He's not wrong.
Excellent. Then this
It's
tent
like,
will be an impenetrable fortress.
Good, I want them to know.
I'm back! How's your appetites? Ready for the barbecue?
Yeah.
Always.
Go to eat.
Desperate to eat? I think it's time to add the seasoning. How do you like your skewers?
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks?
Why? What? You got a problem?
Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
Well, time to dig in.
Oh, that was so delicious.
I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
If you're tired, then go rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head to your tents? Cyno and I will clean up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy, bro.
Tonight I show you mercy.
I'm trying my damnedest to try to show you mercy. When was the last time you ever actually
Good night.
done that? Have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite and all.
Oh, Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Wee, man.
Oh, don't forget this.
Hey,
The staff of the Scarlet Sands.
for free? You
You're actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon. Try it.
I should know.
Paimon can't even lift that thing.
Fair enough. You sure you don't want it?
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
Absolutely. Let's not forget, I have my own trusty sword, a divine artifact, slayer of countless vile monsters.
That reminds me of a parting king of invocations. I'll tell you about
I'll
it
be back in a bit.
tomorrow.
One moment. I'm still here in spirit. It's just that I gotta do something real quick.
But right now, it's time to rest. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Alright, maybe that helps. Who knows? Camping trip has really relaxed me. Baby. If only I could say the same thing. Nature's warm embrace. Oh, dude. We're supposed to...
I think they should all be here.
What?
Traveler? Paimon? Are you in there?
Look at this. Evidently.
Huh? Who is it? Oh, what time do you call this?
Voices.
Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah!
What the hell? Not going back to sleep.
Oh, hey them, Kave! What are you doing here? It's the middle of the night!
Like, why'd they come all the way over here? I'm gonna keep that one. Give me that. Yeah, I'm screenshotting this. Like, it's like, y'all really just interrupt my beauty sleep in the middle of the night? If I hear one more noise, I'm gonna unleash hell and furious anger. I'm not even sure. That's not even the right quote.
Sorry to wake you up at this hour of the night, but we've got a situation on our hands.
There better be somebody dying.
Let's get dressed and talk about it outside.
Cyno, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
Alright.
Whoa, back up. Let's start from the beginning.
It all started when I was born. And that's it.
Where'd the wine cups go? I could have sworn I left them here after I washed them. Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies are still on the table?
They are. And so are the fruits.
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few bottles of what Cyno's group was drinking last night.
Do tell. What were they drinking?
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday evening when I went to the tavern to pick up some things. He was hosting a dinner for Cyno, Tighnari, Kale, and the Traveler and Paimon.
Yes, they were.
Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. At least, I think that's what it was. It looked pretty good.
Sounds like they're all tangled up in this.
You know what it's about, right? 16-year-old kid tried to extort Cyrus. He was asking for 10 million mora.
I heard some people talking about it on the streets, yes. Didn't take them long to catch the culprit. The sages are probably dealing with the case by now.
I wonder what Sir Nephis and the others will make of it. Oh, Cyrus showed me the extortion letter, too. It was crudely written, but the paper had this beautiful pattern on it that I've never seen before. Really caught my eye. Give me a sec, I'll sketch it out for you.
Damn, you actually remember? I believe I'm too sleep deprived to even continue. Even fully comprehend what's going on.
Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen writing paper like this around before.
Interesting. These are all motifs associated with the tribes of the desert.
What? Really?
Take this, for instance. Looks like an outline of a spire, similar to the kind found on some ancient palaces. And the crisscrossing and mirroring here. I recognize that too. It bears a striking resemblance to an ancient emblem, one that hasn't been used in a very long time.
Whose emblem is it?
Don't know. Don't care.
It's the emblem of the Temple of Silence.
Silence? Well, we better enjoy that silence.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. This was a long way to come from the city. Alhaitham figured you were probably with Tighnari, so Gandharvaville was our first stop. Then, just as we were heading off to the campsite, we ran into Cyno.
Hold on. So what's the deal with that emblem you were talking about? The Temple of Silence, you said? What is that? Should we be worried?
We should. We should be very afraid, I would presume.
Is everything okay? Give me a second.
All right, go get her.
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years. These days,
That's one too many
you
years.
can find a Temple of Silence office in the academia. Theoretically, it's responsible for the custody and disposal of information and documents not fit for public dissemination.
Wait, what? Temple of Silence in academia. It's responsible for the custody of information and documents not fit for public
At least, that's what they tell the outside world. In truth, it's essentially a vestigial institution nowadays. There's an office with their name on it, but it's functionally obsolete. Historically speaking, the original Temple of Silence is said to have been established by Hermanubis, one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret and the greatest of all sages. Most of the organization's members hailed from the desert. By contrast, none of the Academia Temple's current members are from the desert region, nor do they use any symbols connected with the desert folk.
So the Temple of Silence at the Academia is just a fake? Wow.
It's possible. The real question is, why? My guess is they're covering something up.
So, how do you know all this? Sounds like some pretty top secret stuff.
Dude, Cyno, I can only...
Grand Sage, and kept the pay raise even after he resigned.
Oh, yeah! Paimon did totally forget about that.
If you're asking me whether I familiarized myself with the documentation in my office, I would respond that that's a perfectly normal part of any job.
Is it?
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the emblem of the Temple of Silence appear on a threat letter from an academia student to Cyrus?
Wait, Jesus Christ. I dropped my controller. Oh, God, my... Oh, Jesus Christ. Bro, I was not here a moment ago. That's not good. That is not good.
The student's only 16, and doesn't have any family ties to the desert. So where could he have seen that emblem, or gotten the paper?
You said you ran into Cyno, yes? Did you tell him what you've just told us?
Yep. He ran off as soon as he heard what we said.
Given that Cyrus is involved, he's probably halfway through solving the case by now. Still, we should try to catch up with him. At this hour of the night, Cyno will probably go looking for Cyrus at his current residence.
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover up the truth, the sudden appearance of this emblem can't be good. We should pay a visit to the Academia.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
As
go.
the Sage
Let's
of
go and do
Immortal,
that then.
My master ought to know the truth about their office. You can ask him to tell you what he knows.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of Silence, the emblem has to be part of a bigger conspiracy.
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Core of 30? Traveler,
Absolutely.
Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Cyno.
All right, sweet.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so he can keep an eye on his tomato plants.
Now let's go look for him there.
Okay, so yeah, plant. That's gonna be right over here. So hold that thought. I need to figure something out with what I got going on right here. So be back in a bit, okay? Don't go anywhere. Not go anywhere. Okay, so there we go. We're back. I'm gonna try my damnedest. I'm gonna try my damnedest to try to stay up, try to stay awake as possible. Then after the stream, after we'll do all of that, we'll go and I'm gonna go take a big ass rest. Let me just get just something on my system first before we go any further. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will not. Who knows? I suppose we'll find out together. And if you wonder, no, it's not drugs. Rhesus. Just Rhesus. Maybe not. I suppose we'll find out. I just need to get myself energized enough to power through, and then we'll go from there. Oh. All right. So we gotta go get to Cyno.
Here we are.
Cyno, you
This is the
friggin'
place.
nerd. Open up.
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Cyno moves fast. If he was here, he's probably long gone by now.
I know that voice. Is that Tainari? So it really is you. My goodness, whatever is going on tonight?
We're looking for Cyno. So, he's already been here.
Yes, not long ago, in fact. He knocked on my door and asked if I'd seen Cyrus today at all. I told him the old fool left early this morning, and I hadn't heard him come back. It must have alarmed Cyno, because he took off in an awful hurry after that.
Well, if Cyrus isn't at home... Oh, it sure doesn't sound good.
Oh, it don't.
Professor, did you hear that a student recently tried to extort Cyrus?
Why, yes. I could tell something was troubling him, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. If Cyno hadn't happened to visit him that day, he'd probably still be holding on to that thing. After seeing the letter, Cyno told him to contact the Corps of 30, but Cyrus was very reluctant.
Huh? Cyrus didn't want to report it? Well, that's strange when we...
As a former sage, it's possible Cyrus still has enemies at the Academia.
Yeah, when you have a
That's
position
why
like
Cyno
that.
was so insistent that he report the matter to the authorities.
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public.
Only reported it because Cyno forced him to. Means Cyrus must know something about the Temple of Silence.
Oh, dear. What on earth has that old fool gotten himself wrapped up in? Oh, I almost forgot. Cyno left me this letter to pass on to you.
Thank you.
What does
All
it
right.
say? Let Paimon take a look.
Let us take a look, Paimon. Why it's gotta be about you? My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affairs. Fortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept I have to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me. We're coming after you.
My friends.
My friends.
That sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Professor, Traveler, Paimon. Let's head to the Academia and regroup.
Yes, sir. This is the wrong way. I just realized this is the wrong way.
Yeah! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Hey, there they are.
You're here?
What's up?
I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there.
He didn't say where he was going?
Nope.
No. He left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Okay, and then that.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Cyno. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Wait! Hey!
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry.
Yeah, and we're lucky we found anything at all. It turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Wow!
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business, as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say, and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora.
I see. So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
Possibly.
So, how do we find this guy?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence was to establish a collaboration with the Academia. But, as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago.
He's like, we don't trust you guys. You're too shifty.
Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The Academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years.
So
Well,
how
who
did
knows what they would
Cyrus
be
become
capable of?
acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Cyno.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the
That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea, with how you respond to the heat?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
What's up, man?
Master.
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master?
Hey, how you doing?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Traveler in Paimon.
I don't know if it's the sleep deprivation that I'm doing, that I'm like facing right now, that I'm dealing with right now. But did he have to look that ridiculous? Look at him! He looks like a friggin' turtle! He looks like a cross between a turtle and one of the Beatles. I mean, that's one way to make an NPC unique. They still look stupid, but I can at least respect the dedication.
Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus
Ain't
and
no
Mahamatra Cyno
way.
leaving the city at different times.
Ain't no way
Both
they
were heading in the
actually
direction of
made a
Caravan
design
Rebot.
like that. And yet somehow it's still more realistic compared to the designs in Lightning Returns.
I was going to suggest that you join
It doesn't
forces
look as
with the Core of
stupid
30
compared
in this
to the
case,
designs
however,
in that game.
as I'm sure you've already heard from Al-Haytham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them. Attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now
Look at the
is the
hairline,
time
though.
for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But I'm afraid the situation might be more complicated than we thought. I think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus is involved with the other side... everyone, we have to get Cyrus and
You covered.
You won't do anything. You'll stay on the sidelines.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude.
But of course you will help because you're the main characters.
Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka. Tainari, you're planning to go into the desert, correct?
Make sure you stay hydrated.
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and I'll hate them.
Well, if you're sure. Okay. But be careful.
Thank you all.
Sure.
Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Cyno before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already.
Okay. In that case then, let's go. To the desert, to Caravan Rebot.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Rebot. Where should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
Hold on. Look over there.
What's up?
Is
Aha!
that Dia?
It's Dia! I knew it! I knew it she'd be here!
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Oh! Easy.
Cyno.
What the hell's he doing here, actually?
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
You!
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
I'd rather not involve.
Takes a special kind of person to get Cyno chasing them all the way out to Caravan Rebot. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something?
Perhaps.
Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
It has been forever, my love.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
Yeah. It feels like it's been forever since we've seen our friends.
You're looking well. Glad to see it.
Especially you, my love. You suck, but you know what? I love you for that.
Candace and I came to Caravan Rebot on business. We ran into Cyno as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Cyno, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case. But let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Yep.
Still, if he started from Caravan Rebot, the chances are that his route took him past our village.
My thanks to you both.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes.
Then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
Sure thing.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
If only you came with us. If only. Right, so we're going this way.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
What's up?
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite...
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do.
Right.
I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to my unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger, but my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion.
It's a hidden message.
I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, for the rest of the way.
Yep, whether you like it or not.
I am aware. And I have accepted it.
Neat!
Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route. So, I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
Long as you recognize the situation. All good.
That's right. Fact is, we're coming with you whether you like it or not. So the best option now is to try to look out for each other.
But attach us to you.
Fair enough. Then at least let me buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Sure thing.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Mahamatra Cyno?
I'm looking for someone.
A man matching that description passed by Aru village not too long ago.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while, and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. Do you have a map?
I have one.
Great.
Alright, here you go. We'll take care of the rest from there.
There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Best of luck.
Okay, so where are we headed? I go this way. Okay.
Sunglasses are great at keeping the sand out of your eyes so you can see your way.
Good.
Yeah. Skyward.
Didn't ask.
Scatter. Yeah.
Okay, so we're almost there. Who's that over there?
Yeah.
Ah!
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Safe to ask them what they know.
Should be. I'll go.
Up?
No. I'll do it.
Why you?
Huh? Why can't Cyno go talk to them? What difference does it make?
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
Fair enough. Somehow that makes the situation worse.
Hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts.
Yep.
Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
New character, folks.
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
With the Sumter Beast.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
We've been caught.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too.
Well, we don't got much of a choice now, do we?
Hey, aren't you Cyno, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
Can't you tell?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
Okay, sure. Hey there, Lockett, how's it going?
Mistaken.
Hey there, how's it going? How's it going?
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey, hear that, guys? You're my henchmen now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
All right, meatball time then.
All right. Come with me. All of you.
Oh, okay, okay, good. We're not fighting. Good.
Don't you want to find your friend? Silver-haired, long-robed, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
Seem very intimate.
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
I don't like that. Hey, get back here, you. Alright. Right here?
And here.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please step back.
Can you check my account? I have the best dia ever. Sure, okay. I'll be sure to check it out, like, after this cutscene.
Ooh, something's coming out of the ground!
Holy Jesus Christ!
What is this enormous building doing here?
Witchcraft!
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence?
All good questions.
Your audience distorting?
There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
One moment. Too high. Like breaking in the middle? Okay, so that means two things. Either it's like I raised the volume of my mic too high, or the other likelihood it's my internet connection. There's barely much I can do with that. All right, so you want me to go and check, right? Let me see here. I can't hear it all now. It's like everything is breaking, bruh. Ain't no way, bro. All right, one moment. Like if it ain't one thing, it's another thing. According to what I'm seeing right now, it seems to be just fine. I'm not 100% certain. Let's see. Hold on a second. I need to hear this for myself. One moment. Maybe now, if I could go and check, if I go back up to either it's like I raised the volume of.
Just follow me.
Thank you.
Where are you looking?
Best dia ever? Sure, okay. I'll be sure to check it out, like, after this cutscene. I couldn't really tell. If that was my internet. No, it's not your internet. Trust me. It's technically, it's not your internet, it's mine. Trust me, I know. I've been having like this connection issue for quite a few months or so, and there's barely much I can do about that. So, my apologies.
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the
time to address them later?
One moment. Too high. Okay, there we go.
Peace prevails throughout the land, and all things are made new.
All
as
right,
buds
so,
in the spring. This is an auspicious.
Am I
era
dropping
for
your
humanity.
your code? So just give me a minute right here. Wait, so what server are you on actually? Before I go any further, are you on the America server or Asia server? I guess in the meantime, while I do that, and I am Asia. Okay, so in that case, then I'll need to log out and then log back in. Okay, so in that case, then one moment then. One moment, please. It's a good thing I'm not handling any quest line right now. So let me just go and handle that. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm still here. Just gotta switch over to the other accounts really quick. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I have this account. Okay, and now. It feels like such a long time since I've been on this account. I swear to God. All right. Go check this out, shall we? UID does not exist unless I did something incorrectly. Oh, 0 at the end of it. Oh. Six one five. Oh, 50 at the end. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go and judge this, shall we? Okay, so level 90 Dia. So already it's yeah, not bad, not bad. And 80% crit rate and 167 crit damage. Health, all things considered, not bad. Not bad at all. Beacon of the Reed Sea. I mean, you did get the best in slot, so to speak. C6, that's also pretty good too. C6 as well. Nice, nice, nice. I believe, if I remember correctly, my Dia on the America server is currently C4, and I am actively trying to see if I can get more constellations. It's just hard as hell trying to get some more. Y'all know the struggle. Alright, this one. Not bad, not bad. Then pyro damage bonus. This one would probably be more preferable if... Well... That's also not bad either. Yeah. Not great, but it is good. It is pretty good. Right here. Energy recharge. Sure. Sure. Nice. Here. That's not bad. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate that it hit defense at least 2 or 3 times, but all things considered, not bad. Flower right here. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one. I'll give you this one too. Yeah, 12.4 crit rate. That's actually pretty dope. Pretty dope. The talents 10, 13, 13. More than okay. More than okay than that. But yeah, all things considered, it's a big deal. But it's really good. Probably better than mine, I'll say that. It's certainly better than mine. I'll give you that one. Let me just grab something quickly. Give me that. Okay. But yeah, I will admit, not bad. Not bad at all. And then switch on over. I'm fine with that. Oop, that's the wrong one. There we go. Now we're back where we started. Okay, so let's see here. New area. So this is... Can't be it then, right? You're a kind man. Keep on. Have a nice day. Hey, you know what? That means a lot coming from you, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Especially not hidden right next to an oasis.
Yeah, save to yourself, though. Save to yourself.
I'm not scared.
Ah, don't be. You're good.
They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Rocka met in the tavern?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
If he did, he probably wouldn't have shown his face. Just saying.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
The hell is that supposed to mean? Well, I guess regardless, yeah, there's just move forward. That's all we can do.
Yeah, skyward, scatter. Skyward, scatter.
Open up. Stacks of books. Stacks of books.
All right, you can wait here for now.
Why? They're trapped.
I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
It's a trap.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Oh, he's back.
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
At least tell us what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself.
Let's just hope it's a better name than what I came up with you. For you, jackass.
My name is Setho. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
Alright.
So we're free to explore by ourselves?
Or will you be keeping us on a leash?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off.
Well, where the hell will we run off to?
Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right.
Alright, well. Yeah, wait for a bit and talk to everyone.
I never imagined that the true Temple of Silence would be hidden somewhere like this.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess.
We should be wary of our hosts.
Okay, so be wary of hosts. Then, you.
Hey, Sethos. Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would.
You get a lot of people asking you questions.
Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
You're the one who tricked Uraka, right?
Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money.
Well,
he insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true.
Okay.
Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was.
That is true, though. Did you tell him to use that wording?
Of course. Uraka was a great accomplice, really. It was told. And not much of an original thinker, though.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
I suppose we'll find out soon, right?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem, and it was his own choice to take the bait.
You know Cyno.
What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
That's not necessarily what we're asking, though. I mean, do you know him personally?
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not being straight with us?
Well, Paimon, he kind of looks gay, so maybe.
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to.
Have you ever been to the academia?
Nope, not once.
I mean, to be fair, he did say he lived in the desert his whole life, so stupid question, I guess.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place.
So you're saying you have spies inside the city?
Spies? It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know just by walking around town and hearing the word on the street.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. And now... ready.
Ah, here he is.
He. Remind. Grand Hall of sorts.
Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence.
Alright, bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Oh God!
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing offense to us. Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago, but now, The time has come to demand payment.
So you think he owes a debt?
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Cyno.
That's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning.
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come.
Cyno didn't make us do anything.
Nope.
We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you.
I mean, the writers will say,
We'd appreciate you telling
but
us
hey,
the truth.
you know what?
Otherwise, it seems a little unfair on everyone who had to stay behind.
My secrets are secret for good reason.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured as if they were your own children. You recognized, indeed,
he said the thing.
You all but became
he said it.
one of us. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, bargained for your independence with your past contributions. And then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of his power. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
God.
The wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
What sorts of revelations will you bestow upon us?
The moon is right. I came here once before. They rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was... it was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson. One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
Cyno's parents were dicks. Wow. Sold them for money.
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments from Hermanubis. As remnants of his raw power, they were exceedingly rare treasures. The test subjects were sent into a room that had been prepared for the ceremony, and instructed to approach the Ba fragments, whose power had been amplified. If, after some time, this power did not repel them, this would mean that they were suitable vessels. The original plan was for a 3-stage experiment: resonance, implantation, and recovery and observation. The resonance stage went quite smoothly for both candidates. As the 2nd stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. I knew that if they were not implanted right away, they would disintegrate and be gone from the world for good. Our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
I know.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Cyno. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a devastating blow. We've been in decline ever since you left.
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. But you cannot lift a finger against Cyno. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Cyno, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord.
Our Lord and Savior.
You and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
Nah.
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Cyno was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Cyno was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
Yeah, well, your child's a bitch.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take...
Saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. Versus a fragment of power, then. There is nothing to debate.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing.
All right, let's hear him.
Say that Cyno refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining stances. Put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
No, because that means I'll lose, basically.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valuka Shuna in our midst. Splendid.
Oh God.
Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we...
Oh God. Oh. Well, that's very poor timing.
Why is he coughing so much?
Balmoon's condition is critical. He must have been forcing himself to act strong. Eyesight must be failing him too. Otherwise, he would have noticed Tainari's ears right away.
Balmoon, you...
Take our leader back to his room.
Sethos.
Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands. I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self.
As long as you recognize it, sure.
But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once. And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself.
Made my grandfather. I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree.
Yeah, we should definitely know what that plan is. But before we do that, yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. Yeah, this time I actually do need to go to the bathroom really quick. But I do feel a little better now. Just a little better in terms of like not being sleep deprived and all that. So, yeah, definitely helped a little. So I'll be back in a bit, guys. One. Alright, sorry about that. Wait, guys. Let's go and finish this up, shall we?
All you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor.
Duration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict, Cyno. Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so I'll be escorting him back now.
Alright. 1 night.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
Nope.
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again later tonight.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Cyno.
Okay, so yeah, wait until next time. Roughly around here.
Yeah! Scatter!
Okay. The group gathers again at the agreed time.
I've taken some time to reflect on this.
It's not that long, honestly.
If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing. You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. This place are hazy, though. I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Hermanubis' way of trying to encourage me. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Hermanubis is a real, intangible thing...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
Needs to be.
No. I have no intention of returning it. I need this power to protect Sumeru, so I will challenge them head-on.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could turn that to our advantage. Go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Right?
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the table.
Yeah, turn it back on them now while we still can.
And great. And I know just how to start the conversation. Let's go find Sethos.
All right.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Hey, what's up? Oh, you won't talk? All right, fine.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter!
Hello!
Sethos, let's talk.
I've come to bargain.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at your grandfather?
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here.
Only one way to find out.
Follow me.
Right?
Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work, and regretfully, I must inform you that based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition, he doesn't have long left. A few days at most.
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Yet, that's what really matters to you. I know it.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
Damn, sounds like war.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Cyno. This all began because of Hermanubis. So let's end it with the rite he himself created. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his two companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep.
3 against 3.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win. And Cyno, both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grand for the Temple of Silence to move forward.
None needed. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
It's a deal.
8 o'clock. Damn, there's just so much waiting around, bro.
Well, after how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
Now is not the time to puss out.
For me.
You have to win. You need this power.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way, I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself.
Exactly.
We'll help you see this through.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
And neither shall I. The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that, for a variety of reasons, fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said. Prejudice has pushed people apart. But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Zethos is any kind of villain. Tomorrow, everything will be resolved.
Yes, wait the next day. Alright, so just a little more waiting and then we should be good.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah. Yoo-hoo! Yeah! Skyward!
Ooh!
We gather on this day to perform once more the rite of duels. This is our most sacred of ceremonies. Represent...
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels after all these years.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather.
Representing the Academia, the Challengers.
Looks like they're about to drop the hottest mixtape of 2024.
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard.
Warriors, take your positions. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will become of the defeated duelists.
Me first.
Huh? Are you sure?
We want to keep our morale up.
I agree. She's very strong. Sending her out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we.
All right.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Yeah. Leave it to me.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you there! You better play nice with her, or Paimon will make you regret it!
A little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
All right.
A swift end to the first bout. When you're both ready, you may begin.
Let's begin.
Okay.
Watch out!
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Can't see? Let's nip that
There
in
we
the
go.
bud.
Nip that in the bud. There we go. One more.
Thus ends the second bout.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the final stage of the rite. When you're both ready, you may begin.
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
I am Cyno, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spontamod. I fight in defense of my power, and you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young. My grandfather is a wise leader. He is also known to be a ruler who is not afraid to get blood on his hands. But our faith has held us back for too long. Once, and I saw for myself the people of the city. Times have changed. Then I thought of you, Cyno. You and I both wield the same power. Yet the lives we lead could not be more different. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer.
I am more than just a warrior.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives. So show me your answer, Cyno. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become!
All right. Time to kick some ass.
Bring it on!
Damn it! It's just a cutscene.
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer?
Search this. Choreography. Stand down.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
You are no son of mine.
I give his glory to you.
Now he's become even stronger.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule-Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule-Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last.
Peace was never an
Coveting
option.
the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule-Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule-Tula Tynarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest.
Like, nah, screw this.
What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tule-Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome, bud.
you feel okay?
Yeah. There he goes. He's dead. Yeah, sometimes you just don't need words. You just don't need words.
Grandfather.
Bid farewell to Bamu.
Get through this.
I know. I'll miss him.
Sorry for your loss.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, he's been on death's door for a very long time now. At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close. The Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanupis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Cyno.
Ooh.
But that's never going to work. As I'm sure you realize, I did foresee this possibility and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamun never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamun looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be...
In any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots.
I suppose so.
Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamun as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now?
No, it doesn't. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed.
I will try.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamun's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the academia.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details.
It's you.
You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. Thank you for everything, Cyno. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather Kashuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other. From the founding of the Temple of Silence, the Tainarian who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
I like the story. No, you don't.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes. Cyrus.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows?
Someone's got to make the decisions when history is at a crossroads. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead if we're going to work together.
I will. Alright, well...
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Yeah, best of luck to you, Sethos. Okay, so now return to the Mechamedemia. I meant to grab this one. Alright, so we're almost there. We should be almost done with this. And then after that, I can go and crash into a bed.
Skyward!
Oh no, not this guy again! I don't want to
Hold
be.
your rage. What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to, designated nobody to handle your affairs, and left everyone scrambling frantically to try and figure out how on earth to clean up the colossal mess you'd made.
At that point, I'm just like, it'd be like that scene from Goodfellas where the main character just gets back home after a long day and he sees like the love just giving him like all kinds of shit, and he's like, you know what, I'm going back. I am too tired to deal with any of this. Honestly, I'd leave too.
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean to tell me that after all your years of learning, and sagehood no less, the only idea you could conjure up in that white-haired walnut of yours was to shoot off into the unknown like some hot-headed 20-year-old adventurer? A one-man suicide mission, That's the best idea that one of the finest minds of a generation could come up with, is it?
All right, all right. Honestly, the way you're going off on me, it's like you wish you'd been there to lend him a hand.
I've got nothing more to say.
What do you mean, bag of bones? I'm a flesh and blood hero who, despite his old age, saved our General Mahamatra from being stripped of his powers. Okay, look. Fine, I admit it, I was in the wrong. How can I make it up to you?
1 month? Try 3.
Damn!
Minor's master is really laying into Cyrus. Let's give them a wide berth.
Yeah, we're too young to get involved. You're like 2,000. You're like 2 billion
Professor
years
brought
old.
this on himself.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a long time. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. We can go for dinner afterwards.
Makes sense. I'm in.
Free food is free food.
Paimon's coming too. Let's.
Alright, so follow Cyno. Where is he? Where'd he go? Oh, hey!
Hey, Kale.
And Miku. Everyone is here.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days? I heard you all ran off into the desert and got embroiled in a major catastrophe.
Nothing that concerns you, maybe.
All taken care of.
That does not answer my question. How could you be so careless?
Oh my
That
god!
goes for you as well. Yes,
What do you-
and you too.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What did I do?
When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Farazan.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's
Well-
not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to
Uh,
learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved. Do I make myself
Can you please?
clear? Because if you don't,
Kale, please do something.
like, please help.
He's giving me the signal. All right, guess it's time to play my ace in the hole.
Please help.
Say, Madam Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but I was just wondering. Remember that time you offered to give me a tour of the academia? Does that offer still stand? Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember?
Finally, someone listened to me.
Well, of course the offer still stands. Come on, Madam Farazan will show you around the old classrooms.
Thank God.
Poor Cole.
And it ended
getting dragged
perfectly.
off like that. Also, check out Farozan acting like some sort of official academia tour guide.
She's been around the block.
Kale, cup.
Huh? What?
Cup?
Oh, right!
What do you mean, cup?
What do you mean, cup? You need a cup. I can get you a cup. Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
Oh. Yeah.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I
Oh.
used it while we were in school, and it's become something of a family tradition now.
Sweet.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. 2 people left. Let's bring them along, too.
Okay, so follow Cyno once more. We gotta go up here. Okay.
Skyward! Scatter!
Thank God for Xianyun. Thank God for Bird Lady.
Yeah! Scatter!
Hey man, what's up?
Am I hallucinating? Or do I see Kaveh and Alhaitham engaged in diligent studying?
We're just reorganizing all the books we used.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks.
Yes, with your help, we resolved the issue rather swiftly and painlessly.
Alright, and then, yeah, recap.
I see.
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important organization, and we'll be sure to maintain good relations with them in the future. Now, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to treat everyone to coffee.
I know, my goodness.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few days, I don't know if I can handle another coffee. But I can just order something else.
Juice?
Sure. Let's go.
Right, so yeah, go to the cafe.
Skyward! Scatter!
Okay, let's go around, just in case.
And then the Traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right out cold. Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts.
Whoa. Part of me wishes I'd been there to see it, but I'd have been biting my nails off worrying about you guys.
You probably would have.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their
Yeah, the
sword like
lines.
this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified of you, Cyno.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much with desert folk before. It was a pretty unique experience.
A very ceremonial affair.
Yeah, huge place. It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon. Dessert's here.
Yeah, shut up, you. The shockwaves left by the Temple of Silence gradually fade away.
I think that'll do me for today.
That'll do me for today.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading home?
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes.
Kale's come a long way.
Oh, yeah.
She's much more confident at dealing with other people these days.
He grew up so fast.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
What, we headed outside? Yes, we are.
that was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped up now.
You're telling me?
Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done. And also, those desserts Cyno got, they were really good. Paimon definitely needs more of those in the future.
So let's come back again sometime.
Do you three have anything planned for the rest of the day?
Maybe.
If not, would you come somewhere with me?
Sure.
That's a secret for now. Wouldn't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay. I think I can guess what you're talking about.
Well, now Paimon's curious.
Alright, so where to then? Go to the place Cyno mentioned. Gotta be around here.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
What, on the tree?
Been a while since I last made my way up here.
Wow, look at this place!
Need any help?
Nah. I'm actually a tree climbing champion.
As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah.
What a great view! We're so high up, we can...
Now that's a view. Beautiful.
This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends.
Cyno!
When I was a student, I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. I was quite young then, and hadn't made too many friends yet. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Who am I? Why do I have this power? And what should I be fighting for? Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my experience. And I'm sure Sethos will figure things out in his own time, too.
As long as Herman Nubis' power endures, you'll remain inextricably linked to the Temple of Silence.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way.
You're a true champion now.
Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Cyno accidentally dropped a fruit. Luckily, he has fast reflexes, so he caught it just in time.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
But what about that one time? Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again. Now what about that time that nothing will ever slip through my fingers again?
Those were good times. I kind of miss the student life.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Cyno doing something like that, but for some strange reason, the mental image is coming through clear as day.
Then make it stop. There's somebody there.
Who dead?
It's Professor Cyrus. You guys carry on without me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed to jump down. Be careful.
Oh God!
Surrender!
What's up, man?
Oh my days. I can't believe how stupid I look in this one.
What, the hair?
Professor, what are you...
Cyno. Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old notebooks?
Some old photos?
Can you odds and ends in the sage's office? I must have forgotten to take it with me, and no one's touched it since. I was at the academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nephis. Oh, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture.
You look quite young yourself in that one. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right.
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Yep, just sleeping.
Cheeky girl.
Cheeky.
Taking secret photos
Cheeky's
of us
correct.
without our knowledge.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good photos, aren't they? Hey, at moments like this, I hardly know where to begin. I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you...
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving the desert. Sometimes I've dreamed that I was doing research with him again. And other times, I dream of the day they saved my life.
Cyrus's VA is doing pretty good for this one.
Oh, it was one of the happiest times of my life. We all learned so much from one another. You've matured so much over the years, Cyno.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So, I will do the right thing and keep my mouth shut.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me?
Why you bully me?
I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait,
Lisa strikes again. Just how many did she take?
Look how cute you were when you were little. I remember how well-mannered you were back then, too.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to be.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore. First you get better than me at the deadpan jokes, and now you're besting me at those little quips, too.
Agree to disagree.
Don't say that. I still have a lot of respect for you.
That's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that.
All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to beat some...
Like, please stop. Just get a real hobby or some... Like, take up sword fighting. Please. You're embarrassing us.
Great view today. This atmosphere calls for a joke out of left field, to catch the listener unawares. Great view today. This atmosphere calls for a joke out of left field, to catch the listener unawares.
I have to talk to Cyrus.
Time has passed too quickly. The children have all grown up. But it turns out grown-up kids are no use. When Nephis comes after me, Cyno still can't do anything to protect me. Oh, that boy.
Yeah, ninth angle though. Ninth angle. And such, we finally completed this. We managed to complete the Cyno story quest. I will say it's not it's like not as good compared to other story quests in the past, but for what it is, I like it. I like it enough. Ah, God! It's the sunlight. Surely, I'm building up my wealth again. Yeah, but as such, yeah, that's gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. If I don't have anything to do this coming Sunday, then we'll stream some more Metal Gear Solid 3. However, next week I won't be playing Genshin, and I won't be playing Mario either, because there's a very good reason for that. Because let me just go and because at some point in the future, that's not it. There we go. Because Wuthering Waves will be coming out next week. It's been a long time coming, boys. We can finally play Wuthering Waves, and by play Wuthering Waves, I mean in an official capacity, sort of in a bit of a complete in a more finished state, so to speak. But obviously, it's not going to be finished. It's just going to be the start of something. Now, whether it's going to be something good or not, it remains to be seen. But I have been keeping tabs on the game. I've been trying I've been trying to follow the game here and there, and I'm a little interested. Won't lie, I am interested, and I can't wait to see more. And I can't wait to play it next week. So definitely gonna be definitely gonna try to make time to play this next week, and then we'll see where we go from there. So thank you very much for tuning into the stream. Really appreciate you coming on down, hanging out, and all that jazz. And hope to see you this coming Sunday when we play some more Metal Gear Solid 3. Until then, take care.